What's going on, Diecast Racing fans? Welcome back to the channel. We are here in a brand new tournament on a brand new track. That's right, we are here at Pikes Peak kicking off the rally tournament. And check out those beautiful custom built cars just for this tournament. I am your host EP, and the cars you see behind me are the beautiful Ford Fiestas driven by Ken Block himself. Tonight we are honoring a hero and a legend of rally racing. Rest in peace, Ken Block. We'll go ahead and introduce you to our drivers this evening. One of those cars stands out like a sore thumb. That's Arlo, right? We can't miss an Arlo paint job. In our pole position, we have Johnny Walker in that green Subaru. Behind him, we have the one and only Arlo. Beside him, in that teal Ford Fiesta, is Doug Gnarly. And in that white Ford Escort is John Alexander. Johnny Walker and Arlo pulling out a huge lead. Walker getting sideways and Arlo pushing him along there. Arlo going in for another pass, and somehow Johnny Walker is holding him off all the way to the finish. That was some pretty exciting racing. Now check out these two drivers way ahead of the group. And I think that just goes to show you how fast Johnny Walker and Arlo is. Arlo slowing down there just because Johnny got in the way. It makes you wonder if Arlo really is the faster car in this group, and we'll find out. We have 3 more laps coming up. Johnny Walker finishing in reverse there. You know, you got to do what you got to do to finish a race, right? 16.68. It's nice to have a timer now on the track. And just for reference, Ken Block set down the best track time here at Pikes Peak of 14.5, so we're looking for some better track times here. We got John Alexander in the pole position, and behind him, Johnny Walker. John Alexander staying ahead of the group there, but it's nice and tight, and we like to see that type of racing. And Johnny Walker just pushing, really trying hard to get past John Alexander. And whoa, a little bit of chaos there at the finish line. A couple cars spinning out, finishing in reverse. But no passing. It doesn't look like we had any passing there. The group stayed fairly tight. And Arlo just kind of kicking back in last place there. I don't know if he's holding back and just studying his competition. But a couple of those drivers finishing in reverse. That was a little bit crazy there at the finish line. 16.26. Another slower track time. We're looking for something better here. Currently, our leader in this group is Johnny Walker with 8 points, followed closely by John Alexander. Our pole position was Doug Gnarly, but Arlo and Johnny Walker just roast both of those cars, moving up in the group, robbing both Doug Gnarly and John Alexander of those first place positions, first and second. And there's not even John Alexander. He didn't even finish. Hopefully in the replay we can see what happens here. He tries to make a pass on Doug Gnarly. Doesn't get the pass there. Gets sideways and stalls out there right in front of those guardrails. Now we set those guardrails up because cars tend to go too fast out of that turn and fly off the track. That wasn't the case though for John Alexander. He just stalls out. He'll need to take a look at that car and see what's wrong there. Check out that time, 14.89. Now that is a good track time, and that's set by Arlo. This is our last lap. This is a double elimination, so only 2 cars of this group will be moving on. Currently our leader is Johnny Walker, followed closely by, I think it was Arlo. Arlo really flexing here, way ahead of the group. I think we know who is the fast car. Losing a little bit of speed there on that turn, opening the door for Johnny Walker, pushing ahead, not able to pass though. And the 2 other drivers, there they are, rolling in. I think we can see who clearly are the winners in this group, and they earn those points. Johnny Walker and Arlo are moving on. Thank you, John Alexander and Doug Gnarly, for coming to the track and racing. Hopefully we'll see you in a future tournament. We'll introduce you to Group 2 now. Looks like we have 2 Red Bull cars. At the top there, Piggy Too Little driving in the Ford Escort. Below him in the Gray Wizard is in the Subaru WRX. Another Subaru WRX, and the green car is the Reaper. And that white and Red Bull car driven by Speedy G. He's sitting in the pole position with Piggy Two Little sitting behind him. Speedy G and Piggy Two Little coming out strong, putting a little bit of separation in the group there. And Speedy G, coming out really, really strong, way ahead of the group. And the rest of the group has caught up to Piggy Two Little. Speedy G, wow. I'm excited to see what that track time is going to be. Way ahead. And, driving that Ford Fiesta, that is one of my favorite castings. So that is pretty cool to see Speedy G coming in strong on this first lap. Speedy G in first place with 5 points. Behind him was Piggy Two Little, 3 points. Reaper in that green car, 2 points, and finishing last. And in reverse, I think, losing traction there right before the finish line was the Gray Wizard. 14.68, that was an excellent track time set by Speedy G. Now the Reaper will be sitting in the pole position, that green WRX. Behind him, Speedy G in the Ford Fiesta. Drivers are off. Typically that left lane tends to be the slower, so the right lane usually will be our pole with the first 2 drivers there. But the Gray Wizard, wow, comes in robbing Speedy G of that second place position. That was impressive, and the group staying really tight here all the way to the finish. Piggy Two Little struggling a little bit in the back there. But wow, Gray Wizard, oh man, sneak attack on the Speedy G. And he even tries to come up on the Reaper there. I didn't even see that during the race there. But Reaper was able to manage to hold off the Gray Wizard. And Piggy Two Little falling a little bit behind the group there. She's going to need to pick it up if she wants to move on in this tournament. Track time of 15 there. Decent, average track time. Sitting in our pole position is the Gray Wizard. Behind him is Reaper. And sitting beside him there is Speedy G. And up front in that blue Red Bull car is Piggy Two Little. We got Gray Wizard, and check out Piggy Two Little. Oh, and Speedy G. Wow, robbing the Reaper of his second place position. That was fantastic. Now Piggy Two Little really picking up the pace there. And Speedy G, both of these cars have Red Bull plastered on the side or the front of those cars. And what do they say? Red Bull gives you wings? Yeah, I would have to say that in this case. Watch out, Reaper. These 2 Red Bull cars are just slamming the Red Bulls and strutting their stuff. Gray Wizard losing control again. Could be some funny placement of weight there that's causing that. 15.57, an average track time. We are coming into our final lap here. Our leader it's actually tied between the Gray Wizard and Speedy G. And this is, again, a double elimination, so only 2 cars will be moving on. And Piggy Two Little coming out strong. And check out Speedy G there. Oh, putting the hurt on the Gray Wizard. Gray Wizard is holding on in reverse. But wow, Speedy G, I think, just stole that position and even moving on from the Gray Wizard. Wow, that was tight. That pass was fantastic. You see how he got his nose up in there? Blocking out the Gray Wizard. That was pretty cool. And Piggy Two Little finally showing her stuff, coming way ahead of the group there. And so a little bounce there with Speedy G. Excited to see what the scores are. It was nice and tight, but I think we all know. First and second place position. That's right. Piggy Two Little is moving on with Speedy G. We want to thank the Reaper and the Gray Wizard for coming to visit us this evening. That will conclude our rally race for tonight, but we have many more drivers coming up in future races, so stick around. And if you want to watch some more diecast racing, don't leave the channel. Watch it right here at EP Videos. And thanks again, and we'll see you on the next round. Have a good night.